Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. You're just the volume a little bit here. Okay, welcome. We're gonna play some more Final Fantasy. So I asked a question and I pinned it. What is something that's not in Fallout 4 that you hope that they'll put in Fallout 5? So you haven't played Fallout 4, but you played Fallout 76. There's similarities between the two games. Obviously, when they created Fallout 76, they kind of based it on Fallout 4, at least as far as gameplay and whatnot goes, with some differences. With Fallout 4, when you put something in that, it either stops it or slows it down tremendously. We'll find out here a little later. In Fallout 76, because it is a multiplayer game, they can't really do that function, so you can get the shit shot out of you while you're in VATS. The favorite thing is a little different. Fallout 76, they give you this nice circle thing. In Fallout 4, they give you a cross. The circle makes sense in a multiplayer game. I don't really have any issues with it. But if I had to choose for Fallout 4 being a single-player game, I would want it to be kind of similar to Skyrim, where you have this big, long list that goes down your screen. And then you just choose, whatever you want. That way you're not as limited. Because with the crossbar, you can only put a certain amount of things on there. You're playing like survival mode, for example, and you got to bandage yourself or take an antibiotic, or you got to choose your priorities for your favorite thing, and so it's a little bit more inconvenient in that way. I think I would prefer the cross, regardless. Helps draw the eye inward to the target. I just want more options on my favorite. The one thing I do like about Fallout 76 that I wish they would have in Fallout 4 was to quickly change between two weapons without even bringing up the list. So in Fallout 76, you can have one gun up, switch to another gun with your circle menu or whatever, and then you hit, I think it's the left crossbar. You hit the left crossbar and it switches between the two most recent weapons you had equipped. So if you're sniping and then somebody sneaks up on you real quick, you can hit that one button, switches over to pistol, assault rifle, whatever, and then you can defend yourself there. I like that little feature. It's a quick switch. I like the camping system in Fallout 76. If you have Fallout First, you can have a survival camp. I found a mod on Nexus that allows you to have a version on Fallout 4, which you'll see a little bit more of. So there's some similarities with Fallout 4 and 76. Honestly, this is just my opinion. Back when they were talking about releasing Elder Scrolls Online, I was hoping that it would be more like Skyrim as far as gameplay goes, as far as graphics goes, sort of like what they did with Fallout 76. It looks a lot like Fallout 4 with some improvements to it. I wish they would have done that with Elder Scrolls Online. Not saying that it's bad the way it is. Just a personal preference. And Skyrim is not the greatest. It needs some improvements. And there's tons of mods that if I was Bethesda or whoever is making the games now, I, for one, would not have the attitude that I know it all. I would listen to the players. I would watch live streams of people playing the game, see what they're doing, and I would consider implementing mods into the game originally. So, you got people who create mods are like, hey, this would have been really cool in the game. It wasn't in the game, so I'm creating a mod. Now you can mod the game and put it in the game. I would like to see, Bethesda do stuff like that with the game. I mean, they allow you to mod. They give you the creation kit thing. So, shouldn't be an issue. There's a few mods that I got that I hope that they would implement something similar in Fallout 5. One thing that I would really like them to do, and I had a pretty good mod for it, but when they updated it, it broke the mod, and the mod author pretty much said he does not have the energy to fix it. And so he has invited anybody who wants to do it for him, although I haven't seen it done yet. So I this morning downloaded a different one that I've used before, but it's not all that great because it's not really zooming in the scope. It's zooming in the background instead. And you can see that. But it's kind of for the moment. If you have a sniper rifle, particularly with a big scope on it, you should be able to zoom in and out of click of a button or mouse wheel, whatever you use. It does not make sense to be like, okay, I'm going to take my sniper rifle to the workbench. I'm going to put a short scope on. Oh, man, now I need a longer range scope. So now I got to go back to the workbench and put a longer scope on it. Not to mention that there is this other little issue with Fallout as far as zoom goes. In Fallout 76 is the same way. It doesn't really make all that much sense to have a bigger scope than this short range, because most of the background that you're zooming into won't render. It'll look awful. Game. Fallout 5, I would like to see a zoom that you can change with a click of a button, and the background will load in and not look like a mess. That would be nice to see. And honestly, with the systems they got nowadays, which I need to update, as you can see, I got a goal for updating my system. With new consoles coming out, I don't see why Bethesda couldn't do it. If other games can do it, surely they can do it. Another thing be kind of neat, but not necessarily required, is switching between automatic and semi-automatic. There's certain guns that you can do that with. So if you're concerned about carrying a lot of crap and being overweight, well, you just carry one gun. And then you can switch, you can get an assault rifle, switch between, automatic, semi-automatic, and it could also be a sniper rifle. And then you save some weight that way. Little conveniences like that. I'd like to see more animations, which you'll see that as we're playing. I've downloaded a mod that will give you more animations. Originally, you had animation, I think, for the stim pack, and that was it. Well, now there's animation for eating, drinking, taking medicine, and I even have a gas mask mod where it shows him putting it on and changing the filters. I'd like to see more animations. Same thing when they come out with the new Elder Scrolls. I want to see more animations. I want to see what my character is doing, drinking potions or whatever. Of course, adding this stuff doesn't mean that you should take away from the story. One of the greatest things about Elder Scrolls and Fallout compared to some of the other games is the story. That's the most important thing in an RPG, is the story. If you have a crappy story and fun gameplay, a crappy RPG, I'm sorry. It's what makes it different from just an action game, basically. So story is important. try to work on certain loopholes or certain oopsies and cracks. I mentioned it last stream yesterday. The main character, his default name's actually Nate, so I'm gonna say Nate, was stuck in a cryogenic pod for over 200 years. And a lot of things has changed over 200 years. But he hardly shows any kind of surprise that it has changed. There's a few dialogue options with Preston you'll see later where he's like, ghouls, what are ghouls? Which anybody who's watched zombie movies know what a ghoul is, but that shows that he doesn't know. He talks about the Minutemen. Oh, I'm going back in time now. That makes sense. But things like, oh, bottle caps are the new currency. I didn't know that. He would think that paper money was still the currency coming out of the vault. The other thing that you're about to see, and it's a slight spoiler alert, but I have played this a ton of times, and I'm going to bring it to your attention so you can look out for it. We're heading for the town of Concord. Codsworth, your robot butler, said that there was people there, but they were kind of rough. That's the only kind of hint you get there. And so when you enter the town, you see raiders. Of course, if you played any of the other Fallouts, you know what raiders are, attacking Preston at the museum. But you don't know who they are. You just came out of the vault over 200 years later. There was no raiders back then. You don't know who they are. They could have been the police. You don't know. And so you go into Concord and you're just automatically fighting the raiders without even knowing who they are, what's going on. You could have been killing the good guy. So it would have made a little bit more sense if they would have done something to indicate, oh, these bad guys, I need to kill them, other than the fact that they're shooting at a guy on the roof of a building that you can't really see until you get closer to that building. So it would be nice if there would have been like some dialogue. Like it was a raider standing there as you were getting closer to that area, and then the raider's like, I'm going to kill you, rob you, or whatever, and then you would defend yourself, and you'd be like, okay, these guys are bad news. Something like that would have made a little bit more sense. Well, when you enter Concord, they're actually not usually facing you. They're facing the museum, so you come in behind them, which means you have an advantage. You can attack them from behind. Obviously, if you don't and you just walk up closer, they will turn around, they will aggro, and they will attack. So that kind of makes sense in a sense. So I guess you could sort of do it yourself, but it would have been nice if they would have just put some dialogue in there. Like one of them was trying to jump you or imitate you, scare you or whatever. Little things like that. Sometimes it's the little things that make the difference in the world. The Skyrim, you have survival mode too. That comes with the game, even if you're not using a mod. Like Skyrim has some really good survival mods, but built into the game, you have a survival mode. It's okay, but it's separate from the difficulty. So you could play really hard, really easy, and still play survival. With Fallout 4, survival mode is a difficulty. It's the hardest difficulty. So you don't really have the option to play different difficulties and also play survival. I would like to see that option where you have the option to choose one or the other. In which I'm using some survival mods as well. I downloaded a new hunting mod this morning, and it seems to be nicer than the one I had before. So let's hope everything works good. Nice background. Yeah, you like that. I'm like, we're playing Fallout. I need to find some kind of a Fallout image. It is, October and Halloween. So this is what I came up with at the moment. We might do some more stuff in the future since I'm getting the green screen to work. Change my backgrounds. I don't know. Maybe winter we'll have a behind me or something. Maybe I'll set up some kind of deal or something. If you're on Twitch, you here with bits and whatnot, you can change the background. Maybe I'll do like different seasons or something. You can choose what season you want me to be sitting in. Will you freeze me or roast me? That's pretty much the two main seasons in today's world now is winter and summer. We don't have four anymore. All right, let's see here. Pull up the game. All right, so we're going to go through our mod config real quick because I do have that new hunting mod, and hopefully my food won't spoil because I'm going to turn that portion off. So this is it right here. Immersive hunting overhaul. I can't talk. All right, so we got visual effects. Blood splatters are going to last for about 15 seconds. We're going to dismember creatures. You can eat humans if you want. I don't think you can. You can salvage robots, but no, you're not going to eat robots. Some of this stuff I haven't really played around with, so I don't entirely know what we're doing. Let's see here. Hurt hacking would be pretty fun. Setting up traps. Vehicle salvaging. Butchering is on. Go down to gameplay. All animations, that's good. Food, drinks. I don't want my cooked food to give me radiation. Raw and irradiated food, sure. I don't want the food to heal me, so that's fine. Over. Probably just going to leave that alone. Spoilage, we're going to turn spoilage off. Because you're going to end up with a lot of spoiled food. Maybe later I'll try to play around with that. We'll see. Let's see. We do not want our knife to break. So you can set it up to where your hunting knife will break after a while, and then you have to make a new one. Or you can fix it with a kit. Let's see. So it also has a camping option, so hopefully it won't have a conflict with my other camping mod. We will have to see. Hazardous conditions. We do not want to damage our hazmat suits. We'll turn that off. Um, we're going to turn that off. That off. We're just going to stick with vanilla on that. Guess we could leave that on and turn that off. We're going to leave that alone. I don't think we're really setting any hotkeys for anything. Other. So you can even change the cost of buying a house in Diamond City. The default's 5,000. During addiction, this default's 1,000, but that looks like 150 there. Cure radiation, wounds, face surgery, haircut, rent a room. So we're just going to kind of leave that alone. All right, so that should be it. We'll see how it goes. All right, what do I have? While we're at it here, got the AKM. frag grenades. I got the revolver. Molotov, sniper rifle. I don't have bullets for yet. And P99. Then we got the AUG. Switchblade. 119 bullets there. 106 bullets there. Alright, I think I already looted this bag, I believe. Okay, so with this hunting mod, Twitch is on ad break right now. So with this hunting mod, in order to hunt, you have to have a knife in your hand. So see, it says butcher there. So if I go over here and I put my gun up, I can't butcher. I don't have a knife. The other mod I did have before this one, you could, as long as you had it in your inventory. You didn't have to hold it in your hand. So that's kind of interesting that they did that. So we need some food. We hit the Y button. And we now have all this. We got some animal fat, which is oil and adhesive. Got some bones, which we can use for different things. And then we got some meat. There's 41 rads. But it probably not after we cook it. $23 rads. Yeah, I think the hunting mod has raised the radiation levels a little bit. Well, we'll go with it, see how it goes. Probably not going to play the radio all that much. I'm not really hearing a lot of background music here. The game is kind of quiet. And looking at game audio on OBS, it's kind of quiet too. Until I make a noise. It's getting a little bit louder now. Hey, it's a dog! Need a drink. Excuse me a minute, dog. And that's one of the animations I was talking about.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself? You lose your owner, buddy? Okay, then. Let's stick together. Hey. Over here.
Alright, so we got these magic colors here. So we can either make them black and keep the same shape, or we can make them a black lead. We got a button right here. Let's push the button. Arrows. So some of the weapons that you see are not vanilla. They are modded. Just to let you know. What is that? Gas filter. Stealth boy. What's that doing in a tool chest? Here they come. Go get them, boy. Ah! Who's next? Is that it? That all you got? Come on. How you expect to beat me? That it? Well, now we got plenty of meat. Ew. Where'd it go? There it is. Yes, that is dog meat. How they came up with the name dog meat, I don't know. I know he was in Fallout 3, but why dog meat? Is that... There was a Clint Eastwood movie, I can't remember what it was called, but he called the dog, and it was a different kind of dog, but he called the dog Meathead. So I wonder if there's any kind of connection to that. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, this hunting mod seems to add a lot. Seems to add a lot. Is that all the... Oh, there's one over here. And if anybody is squeamish and they want me to turn that the butchering guts and whatnot down, I can turn that down, I believe. Let's see.
Hey.
I want to talk to you. I want to cram. Oh, I'm getting tired.
Yes.
All right, guns and bullets. You found a limited edition copy. The extra section of the limited edition magazine contains a section which has taught you to infuse your Glock gun metal with ruby to make this exotic looking slide. I don't have a Glock in. $58 caps. Look at that. That's an added animation too. That came with the hunting mod. Business entries. New equipment. Oh, took some wrangling with the head office, but we finally got all the tools we need to machine our own parts. No more having to pay for Corvega factory parts the next time they change the spec on a damn fastener. Just take one we got and trim the access down until it fits. That Rosa widow in Sanctuary Hills is restoring an old classic Corvega with her son. Nice woman, pretty. Kid seems like kind of a brat, but I guess that's the point of her doing this project with him. Anyway, she's been doing a hell of a job. I was amazed at how much her and the kid have been able to do on their own. The only reason she even came to me is because the engine is out of her depth. I'm sure we can help her out. Yeah, that was a lot of arrows, wasn't it? We're going to need them too. The cool thing about the arrows is you could shoot something and you have a chance to get the arrow back. Right? Makes sense. So obviously you can't get your bullet back after you shot something, but an arrow, you're able to pull it out, right? As long as it doesn't break. Jim, take care of these barrels before you leave tonight. Spectres are coming first thing in the morning. Just hide them with the others. We'll figure out a long-term solution later. Hey, if nature's going to favor us with a cave right below the shop, who am I to argue? These are the service logs. They replaced brakes in that car. No major issues. Oh, it's the Vault Tech representatives that let us know we had a spot in the vault. Oops, I do that all the time. My thumb is too quick. Let's see. Motorcycle, pre-atomic, a sticky throttle. Coolant leak. And an alternator. I think that is it. Right. So we are tired, so we have a couple options here. We can, because this is a settlement, we can go ahead and build a bedroom, a bed, or we can drink a Nuka-Cola. Alright, so we went up a level. We did lockpicking. Let's go ahead and do hacking, because those are kind of important to have right at the beginning. Yeah, those mole rats did explode. My wife is in the chat. I think she's a little bit behind, though. She's watching on YouTube. Sometimes you have to click that live button to get up to date. Now, let's see here. Switchblade, purified water, cram. I don't have a spot for my Nuka-Cola. Well, I want a bigger one. So we're going to have to go through here. We're going to have to go here. And boom. All right. You can get addicted to caffeine in this, just to let you know. All right, let's do some cooking. I could make some black coffee if I had some dirty water and a silt bean. We can fry some mole rat chunks, mutt chops. It's interesting that the mod breaks it down into more categories. Usually it was just roast. All right, let's fry some mole rats. And grill some mutt chops. I think that is it. All right, so how many mole rat chunks? I got 2. We'll switch it with the cram, because the cram radiates you. Toothbrush. I don't know if I can customize anything. Let's have a look. We can add pockets, which will give us more carrying capacity. That would be good. I mean, there's pockets on a trench coat, right? All right, we can't do any weaves. We can do lining. We can do insulated for energy resistance. But I'm not really going to be fighting anything with energy weapons at the moment. Do pocketed. I'd like padded, to be honest with you. That would protect us from explosions. So we're going to hold off on that one. Let's see here. Nothing there. We're good there. Let's see. It's important to collect empty bottles because you can fill them up with purified water. Let's see if we can make anything. We're not going to do the cheat stuff. Although we will eventually find those items, and they will be on our enemies as well. Oh, the dog found something. Need to get some more junk. I don't have anything for flamer fuel. I'll take up adhesive. We'll do one throwing knife. And let's go back up here to grenades. And a flashbang. And let's go ahead and do a save. That would probably be a good idea. Alright, let's head down to the cave. Alright. We are going to... You know, we could probably just keep the knife. I think we're just going to keep the knife. That went quick. Some of our modded weapons are loading in. I don't want to do the quest. We're just going to do normal. Skip it. And some of this weird mutated gunk you can actually use to like make medicines and whatnot. I usually don't do. I usually just buy it or find it, one of the two. We're going to turn our light off, that way they can't see us. And might be okay with that as long as I don't burn myself. I assume since it's Bethesda, the quest starts automatically whether you want them or not once you meet the criteria. Pretty much, yes. Get ready. That it? Get some more meat. We have the meat. Gonna get some radiation here, so let's put on our mask. Mr. Benson, on behalf of the Boston Regional Office, I would like to congratulate you and your team on winning the 2076 Trash Busters Award for the greatest year-to-year waste reduction by a single store. Respect for the environment is an integral part of our corporate image, and we appreciate your innovative efforts in this regard. Sincerely, Gerard Phillips, Vice President, Boston Region. So, they won an award for being the cleanest store because they threw all their trash down here. Darren, you're on Mom's account. Apparently my son is watching on YouTube and not my wife. My wife is at work. That would make sense. You must be watching on your tablet. Getting tired again. That's the zoom mod I'm using. Really? Coming to get me. That's one thing that annoys me in games. Is I'm standing here, and clearly there's nothing blocking me, and it shot the wall instead. You know, that just doesn't make sense to me. We're getting hungry. Pick the lock.
Got it.
Take that. Have a charger, 10 grenades. We'll take that. We'll leave that behind. Alright, so we've emptied out this cave pretty much. And what I can do here is drop my controller on the floor. Oh. Have it here. Alright. My stash box. We can put some stuff that I don't need in the stash box. Alright, let's eat some mole rat. Don't like how they exploded, huh? Alright, so from here we could start doing some settlement stuff if we wanted to, or we can just continue on. You know, he's going to Concord to find some people, so we're going to continue on for the moment. I don't need the gas mask anymore. Let's put our glasses back on. Oh, we found some gourds. Gonna need that for later. $24. Get the sugar bombs. We're not gonna worry about that.
Bingo.
All shoulder bag. Oh, we have a zombie, and I think he killed the bugs. All right, so there's usually a Brahmin here with 2 bugs eating it, and this is a dead Minuteman that The Brahmin's not even there. The cow is not there. So probably has something to do with the zombie mod that I'm using. So the only way for him to die is to die from bleeding to death, burning, or shot to the head. I can. He'll get back up. But if I kill him and shoot him in the head, then... So he's got the Minuteman uniform. That's also modded. I don't really care about this other stuff. I'm not gonna worry. I get my knife out. I could probably butcher the bug. Got a little bit of radiation because they're mutant radiated bugs, although I thought I turned that off. Alright. So we cleared out the bugs. Now we need to go take a nap.
Yes.
We're gonna skip the bubble gum and we'll take the rest of the stuff. We're getting blurred vision because we need to sleep. Even the dog's like, time to go to sleep. Before we go to sleep, we're going to put stuff in our stash. We could potentially wear that Minuteman uniform. It'll give us better defense. Let's have a look here. Alright, so this is what we currently look like. Put on the Minuteman uniform. Our defense goes down, but our energy resistance goes weighs more, I think. No, the Drifter outfit weighs 11, so the Minuteman uniform weighs less. Alright, so this is what the uniform looks like. But this gives us 5 more because it's got the pockets. Then this weighs a lot less. Alright, we're going to put that on, and then we're going to put the other one in storage. Go. Back up to camp. Now we need to go to sleep. Out. Let's sleep for, I don't know, 8 hours. Alright, so we slept for 8 hours. We feel better, but now we're hungry and thirsty. So we're going to have some more mole rats. And we're going to drink some water. Need to get more water. Okay, so there's something I just noticed I'm going to take care of here in just a second. Let's get rid of stuff we don't need. Like I don't need the gourds just yet. I'm gonna grow those later. Packing up our camp, we are going to get rid of on here food and drink. Just toggles, and then it says yes, disable after resetting only. Hit reset. Didn't do anything. Oh, wrong one. Reset. Disable. I guess we'll see what happens. So basically, what that setting does apparently is you get debuffs or status effects if you eat too much. But the issue I'm having with that is how am I eating too much if I'm hungry? You know, that level goes up even though you were hungry. So it's like we're not going to use that at the moment. Ooh, dog. All right, so you need to pick up water. I don't have a sniper rifle at the moment, but what I can do is modify my gun to have a scope, and then I just got to watch. It's full auto. Just got to watch how far I push the fire button. There they are. Look at them. I shot the truck up in the air. See, I can zoom in, but all it does is just extend the background. Well, you want to go over that way, huh? Gotcha. Alright, what you got? Than I want. Alright, we're going to switch the... That's not the right button. We're going to switch the scopes.
No way I could pick this.
Can't do that one yet. Salt. You can't get up there until you get the jetpack with the power armor. And maybe you can get up there.
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please.
Why would I want that laser musket? It's awful. Let's see here. Got 2 uniforms now, but the one I have is stronger. You wear a Minuteman helmet. Got a baseball hat underneath it, though. Leather covering. And some road goggles. Let's see, what else can we find? Fuses. Light bulbs. Now, one thing you can do, if you have a frag mine, might take you a few tries. Once again, spoiler alert. He kind of rolled off that one. Ah, almost. All right, you can get up here on the roof. This is actually a very good strategic place to be. All right. So, one thing you can do with that frag mine is, once you go in through there and you help them all, you're going to end up over there where the plane thing is. Okay? And then a raider is going to pop up here out of nowhere and attack you. But if you put that landmine there, he'll walk right into the landmine and die. So it's like you set a trap for him. Also, when you're fighting the raiders and the big surprise afterwards, you can actually jump down from there, come up here, climb up like we just did, and then you can fight on the rooftops where you have a better advantage. You can come down here, pretty much can go all the way across. Hopefully I won't fall. Oh, all right. Pretty much you can go all the way across to this side. And you can even leave a landmine by that car for that big surprise that's coming. When the landmine goes off and then the car goes off, it does a massive amount of damage. The vehicles in this are like mini nuclear bombs. I think I'm probably too low now. Yep, I'm too low. Doesn't want to jump up there. Come on, jump. Another thing that they could add would be called vaulting, which basically means I'm that close, I should be able to grab the ledge and pull myself up. That would be another good addition for Fallout 5. Climbing. Alright, let's check out the church.
Lock's really strong.
Alright, that's pretty much all that's in here. You can get on the roof, you can do that too. Horn. Another helmet, another uniform. Look at that. Another dead Minuteman. How unfortunate. Oh, this one's got better defense, but no... not energy efficient. It also weighs more. It's got the steel plates. Well, we're not going to really get attacked by energy weapons. Alright, let's put stuff in our stash box. I didn't mean to do that. But that's so you can fast travel. Alright. Now let's go to the museum. What's a laser musket? This is the short one, so it's not a full-size one. The game's lagging a little bit. Oh, look at that. Alright, Fallout. One of the other issues with Fallout. Fallout 5 needs to have a lot less of this. Like right now, I can't even move. Something going on with my computer. There's another reason why I need a computer upgrade. Everything seems to be running fine outside of the game. Okay, game. I was going to show you the musket. All right, so you have to crank it. I think you crank it up to 2 times at first. So it's a crank, and then it's a laser rifle. Not really my thing, honestly. Might need that for later. Game does that sometimes too. You have to shut the door, wait a minute, and then you can open it again. Goodness. No water. Get the bobby pins here. Switch to the gun. To the pistol.
No more British occupation.
No, let's do the grenades. Oh, I got some sniper bullets. Look at that. Where is the sweet spot? There it is.
Sweet.
always make sure that whenever you have a terminal that opens a door, and you can also pick the lock of the door, pick the lock of the door first. Because you'll get experience points for picking the lock. You'll get experience points for hacking the computer. That's double. You don't pick the lock and you just hack the computer to open the door. You only get experience for the one.
Nice.
These things I usually just guess. Eventually I get it. I can also remote hack and sometimes not have to worry about this whole process.
Nice.
There it is. Already unlocked, it don't really matter. Stuck, what am I stuck on? That. Oh, it's a new cold bottle. Alright, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, I am back. You know, I have to say, I think people really need to work on communication and not procrastinate about things. So, in my area, we've had issues with weather. School's been missed, and they uh, did half days for like a week. They finally fixed the roads, and so now they're going back to normal hours next week. However, tomorrow was supposed to be a teacher work day. Wasn't supposed to be any school. So just a little while ago, I got a message from the school saying that Monday is going to be a regular school day. Really? You're going to tell us the day before that it's going to be a regular school day? You couldn't tell us that maybe Friday? Thursday? The day before. That's annoying. What if you had plans? And if you would have told us in advance, we wouldn't have made those plans. People, if they want you to communicate and tell them things in advance, they have to do it too. They can't be a hypocrite. And I'm tired of people doing stuff like that and getting away with it, basically. Employers are notorious. Okay, they will notify you literally either the day of or the day before of something. But if you need to call out or take a vacation or whatever, you better let them know weeks in advance. Otherwise, why don't they get in trouble? A lot of people kind of have the attitude, well, you can be there if you want. I'm not going to be there because I've already planned something. You need to tell me in advance. It's silly to mention that my daughter's school schedule is ridiculous. The hours, it doesn't make any sense. I've never known any school to do that. So she starts class at 8:30, 8:35 in the morning. She doesn't get out of school until 3:40, so it's almost 4 o'clock by the time she actually gets out of school. And that's not if you're a bus rider. If you're a bus rider, you might not get home until 5, 6 o'clock at night. What? What happened to school starts at 8 and gets out at... That was when I was growing up. And guess what? It's the same exact school. My daughter is enrolled in the same school that I went to from kindergarten to 3rd grade. It was 8 to 3. And see, that's annoying. Because I honestly don't think they think that people have jobs and responsibilities. So I guess parents are just supposed to be unemployed. I guess maybe either the school will take care of us financially, or maybe they think the government will. Parents should spend 100% of their time with a child in the school. So the annoyance here is she gets out at 3:40. I run a business. I teach karate. And I teach karate at 4:30. I was going to at 4 until I found out she got out at 3:40. Because the first day I picked her up from school, we didn't even leave the school until after 4 o'clock. Because that's how many people were there. So I moved it to 4:30. And it's still kind of tight getting from point A to point B. The school starts too late and lets out too late. I need to find out where and how, when the city meetings and school meetings and all that stuff is, so that I can share my thoughts in a civil manner. Because this is ridiculous. I don't know who came up with the idea, but they need to go somewhere. Just like when the roads were down for a repair. They did it in an extremely crazy way. It didn't make any sense. It made traffic worse than what it needed to be. And then when they did repair the bridge, they repaired the bridges in the wrong order. Yeah. Most of their day is gone. Okay? I think we do need a revamping in education and the way things are done. We should be focused on learning over memorizing. There's a difference. Kids should not have homework. I don't believe in homework. You should be able to get it all done in one day. And if not, well, you either move it on to the next day or you just don't get to it. That's just kind of the way it is. There's only so much time in the day, and schoolwork is not the only priority in life. There are kids that go to school, get home at dinner time, they eat dinner, and then they got 3 hours of homework, and then they're going to bed, and then repeating. Then they try to give them homework and projects over the weekend. Are you kidding me? You know, this is a discussion that's been going on for years, and I completely agree with George Carlin. You know, the funny thing about George Carlin, for those of you who don't know who he is, he's a comedian. He's no longer alive, but he was a very good comedian, actor. He was in Bill and Ted. He was funny, but most of the things he said was truth. He wasn't making things up. It was true. And so the one thing he said about schools is it's not about teaching critical thinking. It's not about learning and being more intelligent and whatnot. It's about creating obedient workers. That's what it is. It's about creating employees. Not employers, employees. Okay? They're teaching you to go, yes, sir, whatever you want, sir, I will shine your shoes, sir. That's what they're training you to do. And that's a problem. We need that fixed. We need to teach people to think and problem solve. Teach them about things that they're going to actually end up dealing with in the adult world. You don't always have to say, yes, sir. You don't always have to accept being abused by other people. We need a change in this country. So, I voted. If you want some change, vote. I hope you make a good choice and actually believe in your choice. I want to urge you, when you vote, vote for the cause. Know what you're voting for. Don't vote just because a person is of a certain party. And you get that. People will vote because they're either Republican or Democrat, whatever their party is, and they'll vote strictly because that's how they identify. Don't vote because of that. It defeats the purpose. Vote for what you want changed in your life. All right. It was good talking with you. I hope you have a great day. Exactly like what you were saying. The powers, the corporation, they don't want you to become better than them. They want you to be worker ants. obedient workers. They get richer, you go nowhere. That's what they want, and we need to change that. Because one thing we have to our advantage, people, is we are the majority. We outnumber them. What are they going to do? 99% of the populace says no. Not doing it. There's nothing they can do about it. But anyways, let's go after these raiders, shall we? I've complained enough. I had to vent a little bit. It's not the worst school I've ever seen or been to. People just need to get their shit together and learn how to communicate, talk, and be organized. Organized is important. I'm coming for the raiders. A wooden spoon. Let's hit them with a wooden spoon. Oh, I'm getting really thirsty, guys. You know, another good thing would be able to actually look through the windows and see what's outside. That would be cool. I didn't want to do that. For some reason, the model things don't show up. They're invisible. Let's see here. Can flashbang those guys.
Get shot. Stop being such a fucking pansy. We hold out for the others like we're supposed to. What are you? Who's there? Somebody's out there shooting the sitting around waiting.
He didn't work on him. Really? Doesn't help that I'm lagging here. I wonder what's causing the game to lag. Wasn't doing this before. Still lagging. I take one step and he walks too far too. Well, the only thing that's new to the game is the zoom mod and the hunting mod. But I don't see why that should be causing this. Wow, we were looking through the wall. Like I actually had him turn and he just went straight. That's how bad it is. That's why people complain about the game. Ow! Game was running fine until we got to the museum. I'm trying to bring up my favorites, and it's not working. It's gonna take 30 minutes just to eat that food. Wow. I'm gonna have to play around and find out if there's a mod causing that or not.
I'm coming in there, and I'm gonna skin every last one of you! Come on, man. They ain't going nowhere. We got other shit to deal with. You hear that? I gotta go take a little walk, but I'll be back, and you'll be dead. What the? fucking coward hides!
Dynamite. Where'd my other arrow go? Oh, there it is. And my knife, too. Look at that. Ain't that cool?
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minutemen.
That ain't it.
Minutemen? So now I'm traveling backward in time?
Protect the people at a minute's notice. That was the idea. So I joined up, wanted to make a difference. And I did, but things fell apart. Now it looks like I'm the last Minuteman left standing.
Maybe? Nope.
Please, go on.
A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. First, it was the ghouls in Lexington, and now this mess.
Ghouls? What are ghouls?
God damn
Wow.
it.
You really aren't from around here, are you? Ghouls are irradiated people. Most
Maybe?
are just like you and me. They look pretty messed up
Nope.
and live for a long time, but they're still just people. The ones I'm talking about are different. The radiations rotted their brains, made them feral. They'll rip you apart just as soon as look at you. Anyway, we figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong. But, well, we do have one idea.
One good idea can make all the difference.
Sturgis, tell him.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought you might. Protection with an added bonus. Get the suit. You can rip the minigun right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
Minigun. Now we're talking.
I know, right? Only there's one hitch. The suit's out of juice. Probably been dry for 100 years. It can be powered up again. But we're a bit stuck.
I'll help if I can.
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC, a standardized fusion core, your high-grade, long-term nuclear battery used by the military and some companies way back when. And we know right where to find one.
But we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement, locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff. I tinker. Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Subtitles are stuck.
Actually, I already grabbed the fusion core. We're set.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
There we go.
That armor may be old, but it's got a standard.
Yes.
Interface. Just jack the fusion core in.
Like it or not, we're all counting.
Dog meat sure did find us some help. Just look at ya.
He's a good dog. Smart, too.
Oh, indeed. Dog meat's good at finding folks who need him, and he'll stick with you. I saw it.
You saw it?
It's the chems, kid. They give old Mama Murphy the sight. Been that way for as long as I can remember.
What's the sight?
I can see a bit of what was and what will be, and even what is right now. And right now, I can see there's something coming, drawn by the noise and the chaos. And it is angry.
What is it? Mama Murphy, I need more, please.
I'm sorry, kid, but I just don't know. The sight ain't always clear, but believe me when I tell you, it ain't a raider. But I'm tired now. And if I ain't mistaken, you've got a job to do.
Make it quick. They mass for another attack, I won't be able to hold them.
God, no. Why?
Yes.
Why?
You okay?
These are our lives you're playing with. Are you listening to me?
Shame I can't modify that with the bag. Nice to have a scope.
Bingo.
Personal log. United States Army Staff Sergeant Michael Daly. This past Saturday, October 23rd, while en route to West Stockbridge, a vertibird crashed into the roof of this museum. The cause? EMP following nuclear detonation. Several, in fact. From the intel I've gathered, this was a global event. The co-pilot was killed on impact. Pilot died of his injuries a day later. Day after that, Flaherty and Canoa were shot by some scared, desperate survivors. Then Brzezinski took off running. Haven't seen him since. Now, it's my turn to go AWOL, if that concept even applies anymore. My armor's fusion core is burned out, so I guess my soldering days are done. I'm heading to Boston, on foot, to see if my sister survived all this. She's got an apartment on Boylston Street. This is Mike Daly, signing out. Good luck. And God bless America. Or what's left of it.
Why didn't he go get the fusion core down in the basement? What happened to the dog?
See that? Up here. I think I got something over here.
Can salvage it.
Why don't you get down? Let you and my boys have a little talk.
Come on, now's not time to be lagging.
I'm hurt. Bad. Come on, I've got places to be.
Oh, this is annoying. Like every time I try to stream Fallout, I always end up with problems. I can't even pause the game.
Steer away, asshole! Hey, down.
Hold up.
Me.
Now you're mine.
There's the big surprise. We'll let them fight it out. Trying to make the truck blow up. Oh, they killed it. Look at that. They actually killed. First time I've seen the Raiders kill the Death Claw. Your keyboard battery died? I'm sorry. Yeah, that minigun is pretty powerful. It's heavy, though. Shall we go play with the remaining Raiders?
What the fuck was that?
That was it. I can't do power armor. Yeah, it thinks the power armor is a gas mask. It's starting to lag again. Severely dehydrated. That made me jump a little bit. They're not letting me use the pipe. All right, guys, that's all I got time for today. Thank you all for coming and watching. Hey, if you're new, make sure you hit that follow button over on Twitch or subscribe over on YouTube. YouTube also offers a like button, so if you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. Tomorrow I won't be able to go live. We got things going on, but maybe later on the week I'll keep posted on Discord, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, I hope y'all have a great day, and we're going to see you next time.